What's up, everyone? I'm going to show you my process on how to create shorts for YouTube. It's relatively easy now that DaVinci Resolve 18 is out, as there's literally a setting to set it to vertical, so you don't have to physically remember the size constraints and flip them around. Sometimes, if you're not used to doing that, it can get a little hectic. But first things first, import your media. So go to Edit, Import Media, bring in whatever you want to edit. What I did there was literally just hit change to set the project settings according to the video or something like that, video to the project settings. Now what you could do is drag drop this in. This is going to be your normal size. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Set this video in its entirety to the right size before we start making clips to it. And what I did here, let me just go over some real basic stuff here before I get into it, just in case if you're really brand new to this. What this link icon does here is it literally links all your audio tracks to your video. So if you were to uncheck that, you can select these individually. When you would want to do this is whenever you want to edit these separately. If there's, like, you curse or something happens and you need to clip out audio, something in the background, and you don't want to affect the clipping anywhere else, if you could literally just say select this and say, well, I want to clip from like here to here, I don't want the audio for some reason. You can hit Control B, will do your first clip, Control B, boom, and then you can hit back to make sure nothing else gets adjusted. Sometimes what happens is you'll hit delete because that's kind of normal, and then this will shift and then your audio is no longer matched up, and it'll actually affect some of these other areas too. So just be careful with that. Couple other things. Let's go ahead and bring this back. Let's go ahead and get this. See, nice. You can hit Control minus and Control plus to zoom in and out of your timeline. You can move up and down in each section. This is your audio section. This is your layers section, and your video, text, anything, effects, things that you add to the video will go up in this section right up here. A couple things. So let's go ahead and get this formatted first to be the correct size for shorts. This is your standard video size for HD. This is what a majority of my videos are recorded in. To switch this to what YouTube uses for shorts, just click right there. It's as easy as that in DaVinci Resolve 18. This is going to take care of everything for you. Hit save. What's that going to do is, or what that is going to do is, as you can see, it's going to shrink your video down to try and fit it all on that size constraint. However, I mean, you could do you could do this and you can render it out, but like people are going to have a hard time seeing it on your phone. So I suggest before you start making clips, adjust the entire thing to the size you'd want to use. And I've literally sat here and gone in and like, here, let me get out of there. Gone in and like changed this up until like the very point where like, the edges touch of the video in full screen, and what that turned out to be is 3.16. So if you remember that and set all your videos to that for zoom on both, you'll get the center of your video and it'll match the borders. So that's the first thing you want to do when you start your project, is get that lined up, because this is what's going to be in the frame for your short. And then what you do is, if something's happening off frame to the right or left, you can adjust your position. You can keyframe to have the the video pan while you're going through and showing the action. As of right now, I don't need to do that because the majority, I want to keep track of my gun and stuff like this for this type of content. So the next thing would be, I zoom in to where I can see the timeline, and I bring up the audio level. Like, we want to make sure people can hear what's going on. I bring it to the point where it doesn't spike or it doesn't get all flattened out too much. We could check, as you can see, like, sounds good. Where are we at in audio? 30. Yeah, sounds pretty good for that level. Other thing I do is I try to find, like, most of the time whenever you're talking to stuff, I'm a little bit calm when I play most days or sometimes. So I don't really talk that much. As you can see, there's not much interaction going down here. This bottom layer is my audio layer for me specifically on the mic, and this is everything else, gameplay, anybody else that's on Discord, things like that, talking is in this layer of audio. So like I mentioned earlier, if I wanted to just get rid of or clip things out, if I curse or something happens in the background, I could just go, select this, hit unlink, and then I could select this one specifically and add a cut to whatever I want here, or hit Control B. Control B will actually do a cut as well. And it only affects this. And you have to be careful because let's say you clip out like this section here. If you hit delete, you're going to see the rest of the audio slide back. That's what delete does. Delete does that to anything you delete after you clip it. You don't want to do that unless you're trying to move your entire clip over. So for things like this where you need to clip out certain audio, you want to hit back or backspace. And that'll clip it out, but it won't move your audio. Now, say you're like, well, I don't want the video to start up until right here. So what I would do is link these back up, clip it. Now see this part right here that's selected, if you're clipping this all out because your video doesn't start until here for your short, you can use the delete function and then it'll take care of, like, deleting that chunk and then moving your video to the front. So delete's useful for that kind of stuff. Now let me bring my audio up. This looks like, this is where it should be so it doesn't spike. And let's check out, let's see what's going on. This is 1:30, so we do have to bring it down to what I would suggest about 58 seconds, which is a little 2-second buffer, because sometimes what can happen is you'll render it out and it adds like an extra second for some reason, like it rounds the milliseconds up or something, just throws it 1 second ahead, and then when you go to upload it to YouTube, you're no longer within the 60 seconds and it's no longer a short. So I try to do it at 58 seconds, render that out. That will for sure get you in the short range as long as you have these video constraints as well, and are under 60 seconds, it'll upload as a short. So as it's 1:30, I'm probably gonna have to cut out a lot of this. Now we'll go ahead and probably start it here. Let's see what we're working with. Hit delete. I use Control B to snip it.
Start this off big.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's go back.
Start this off big.
Do it.
This is some zombie action. It's a little bit mature, so I'll probably
Reloading.
The language is a little bit mature as well. Okay, so as we need to cut some time,
Reloading.
just hit these action spots. Boom, boom. Okay, nothing else is going on. We're waiting. Boom, clip it. If you don't have anything selected, it's gonna add the actual clip on everything that you have in your timeline. So that's also something to be aware of. If you're like, well, I just wanted to clip the audio, just make sure to unlink this. Click on whatever you're trying to edit specifically, and then do your Control B to clip it. And actually, I wanted that, so we hit redo. But I'm gonna link these back up. This right here, the magnet, allows you to snap your clips together, so you don't have to like guess like, no, it just snaps it. As you can see, it just snaps it for you. So if you're like wondering why things aren't snapping, it's because this is turned off. Alright, so let's see. So from here,
Reloading.
this is where it happens. I'll probably stop it there actually. Delete that. What else is going on here? When does it come back in? right here is when it kicks back into action. So we'll get him running.
Another one.
Bro, I am beaming them with this point
Oop.
aim on the scar.
Same, dude. On the.
Okay, so what we could do is a transition and move forward. We don't necessarily need everything from here. We got that guy's down. We'll have it clip it here. I try to keep it to the action points because we're going to need to clip a lot to make sure that it's okay. So when this is coming out and we're moving up, this is when I'll start it back up because that'll be a nice little transition. So you get rid of that. Let's see what it looks like so far.
Another one. Same, dude.
Boom. See?
the-
Alright.
Not the scar, but
Oop.
watch out. Another one to the back. Watch out, watch out.
Oh. I will probably clip that out in the audio or mute it or something just so that we get
Oh,
more
coming.
noise.
Yeah,
That does happen.
multiple.
We'll go ahead and do that now so you see what that looks like.
Another one.
Yeah, keeping this one.
Same, dude. On the.
So we'll say we'll go boom on link, click on this.
On the.
That's where I drop the F-bomb. And we'll say about here. Hit backspace, remember, so the rest of the audio doesn't slide, and then it'll sound something like this.
Same, dude. On the. Not the scar, but watch out. Another one to the back. Watch out, watch out.
See? Now we have muted what we're trying to mute.
Incoming.
Oh, coming. Yeah, multiple.
Already in 26 seconds. Right here.
Whoa!
And we can keep some of this action going since there's not
I
too
got
much of a
hit by
break.
a ricochet.
So let's see.
Whoa! I got.
Alright, we'll say about here.
I got hit by a ricochet.
Oh.
Oh! Do you see the ricochet,
Yeah,
bro?
bro.
Jesus. Yeah, did it hit you?
No, not that time.
We could just go ahead and clip it here, which will be 42 seconds. And then we can loop it to see what that looks like, which is right here. Because YouTube Shorts will loop. And so you just want to check and see how that looks. 'Cause sometimes you can make some pretty nice transitions back
Start
into
this
the
off
beginning
big.
of the video.
Do it.
And this is how it looks. Of course, you can add text layers and things like that, but for this
Reloading.
channel, I'll keep it pretty simple.
Another one.
Keep it to the action. No
Same.
text in the way.
On the. Not the scar, but watch out. Another one to the back. Watch out, watch out. Incoming.
Oh, coming. Yeah, multiple. Whoa! Start this off big.
Do it.
There we go. That's good enough. Looks fine. So the next part is I go to deliver. And we just go ahead and change this to MP4, which is what I need. All of this will be set to the same. This is to keep it in the most, I guess, like uncompressed, you know, the best quality that you can have. Let's try it this way. Since I already have this named, it's going to ask me to replace it. I am going to replace it and we're going to render it again. Alright. Yeah, that's all there is to it. You can save your project. Save project. If you plan to come back in here, make some edits, drop some music, drop some text, whatever you want to do. And then yeah, the rest of it is uploading to YouTube, which is a whole different story. Alrighty, y'all. Hope you enjoy. See you next time.